performance appraisals, performance reviews, all those things are thick in the air and everybody is worried. Ab mera kya hoga? What will I get? How much hike will I get? Depending on the kind of company, some people will have year-end appraisal. Somebody, I know it happens sometimes June or May or something. But appraisals and performance discussions are part and parcel of our career. We can't escape either at the receiving end or at the giving end. Today, we are going to see how Meena, a worthy individual who contributes a lot to the team, also has good understanding about customer problems and everything in place. Because of the discussion or the decision that has been taken by the management, giving it to someone felt like she got betrayed. So let us see what is the thought process or what is that when people feel betrayed or deceived despite putting in the efforts, actually take this situation. Contrary to the belief that people check out of the organization when they see that things are not in their way, let us see how a constructive way of looking at the career actually helps. So, Meena, the person who feels that she got betrayed, and Mr. Iyer, who is the manager.
Excuse me, Mr. Iyer. May I please come in?
Can you pin yourself? Add pin for yourself. Perfect. Done. Yeah, Meena, please come in. Good afternoon, please come in.
Good afternoon, Mr. Iyer. Thank you for making time for me.
Yes, what is it that you want to talk about?
I wanted to talk about the promotion announcement yesterday. I'll be honest, I was surprised and a bit disappointed.
Disappointed? Why do you say that?
I've worked hard this past year, delivering key projects, exceeding targets, and mentoring newer team members. I believe I was a stronger contender for the role, but the decision went to someone whose contribution, frankly, don't align with the demands of the position.
I understand how you feel, Meera. Your performance has been exceptional, and your efforts, they haven't gone unnoticed. But decisions like these, take many factors into account.
I appreciate that. But what factors were considered? From where I stand, it feels like merit wasn't the only criteria.
The decision was based on a combination of performance, potential, and alignment with the leadership's vision for the team.
I see. But can you help me understand how my performance fell short in any of those areas? I've consistently delivered measurable results, taken on leadership tasks, and received positive feedback from clients as well as colleagues.
You are right, Meera. Your results have been stellar, and you are very highly valued. Just to let you know that. And the decision wasn't about falling short in your expectations or anything. It was more about identifying who could step up in a broader leadership role for the organization.
A broader role. With all due respect, I've already taken responsibilities beyond my role, often voluntarily. I've demonstrated initiative time and again. With broader skills, what broader skills were considered that I haven't shown?
It's more about certain soft skills, I would say, like building rapport with people across departments, managing upward communication with the leadership, and definitely influencing stakeholders.
I see. If that was the case, I wish this feedback had been shared earlier. It's disheartening to find out now after decisions have been made.
You are right. Feedback should be actually timely. That's on me. And I apologize if there was any gap in communication.
I appreciate that. But I can't help feeling that this decision reflects more on personal dynamics than performance. Ravi has a good relationship with leadership, but when I compare our outputs objectively, it doesn't seem fair.
I understand. I understand why it is appearing that way, but I assure you, the decision actually is not based on any kind of favoritism. Ravi has strengths in area that align with what management or the leadership was looking for at this moment.
If that's the case, then I'd like to understand what specific areas I need to work on to be considered for future opportunities. I don't want to be blindsided again.
Hmm. That's a fair request. Let's take a moment to outline a development plan for you. I will identify the areas for growth and the things that you need to for team morale and how to strengthen your leadership skills as well.
I'd appreciate that. But I also want to make it clear that decisions like these reflect team morale. Others have noticed this disparity and it is leading to doubts about fairness in our evaluations.
Yeah, I understand your concerns and I will reflect on how we communicate and justify these decisions that we are taking moving forward. Yes, perceptions, they matter as much as the reality. You are very much right, Meera.
Thank you. I hope we can work on creating a process that feels more transparent and fair, not just for me, but for the entire team.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Transparency and clarity and fairness are super critical, and I will take steps to address. So, why don't we schedule a follow up meeting just to discuss your development plan and ensure we are aligned on expectations?
I look forward to that. Thank you for hearing me out, Mr. Iyer. I hope this decision leads to a meaningful change.
Yeah, it will, Mira. Your feedback is important, and I want to ensure you feel valued and supported.
Thank you again for your time, Mr. Iyer. I'll prepare for our next discussion.
You're welcome. Let's make this step forward. It's a new learning for both of us. So, how many of you feel appraisals are time that you feel at least one point of time in my life? I felt every time, for your information, that I got betrayed. The floor is now open for you to share your reflections because a lot depends on not what we think that is happening, but a lot depends on perception. So this is not a question and answer session per se. The floor is open to people and we want to really understand your perspective. Maybe you are at the receiving end, maybe you are at the giving end. I was at the giving end only in the last 2 years of my career. All through my life, I was only at the receiving end. And to just kickstart some more aspects, my friend who was also a manager, after my leaving the company, he said, "Bro, as much as you are worrying for about your hike, I was worrying about my hike." So we all are spokes in the wheel when it comes to this kind of appraisal. So put in your thoughts. We are more than happy to bring you on the screen. So Mohinder, let me add pin for you. Yes.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Currently, I'm performing both channels because I'm also a feedback giver and as well as feedback receiver. At the end of the feedback giver, I have a plan for my colleagues. I prepare their Excel sheet in the current in the starting of the year, and after every 2 months, I give them the positive feedbacks and negative feedbacks also, where they are lagging, where they need to be improved, and every time I fairly discuss the things with them and try to make them to get opportunities and new roles so that they can excel in the their roles. But when the time came for my feedback, my boss usually skip that discussion and he always said that बेटा कल करते हैं ना कोई बात नहीं अभी थोड़ा मेरे को टाइम है and every time I am facing these things from my boss only.
Hmm. Okay. Anyone would like to add? One of your friends raised a genuine thing, reality of his life. So anyone would like to throw some perspective that would help him?
Even ki this year I receive a very funny feedback from my director when I ask for my performance uh, with few data, the solid data I perform put in front of the director that from last 4 years.
Is it for me only or for everyone that he got frozen?
The law.
Okay, Mohinder, looks like, yeah. So anyone would like to add their perspective? Like you approach for your feedback, but the manager just skips over that particular point of discussion. So Ananda, like what is your point when you said that sometimes favoritism also works? Would you like to add your perspective here? So Ananda, would you like to add your perspective? Yeah, Jhansi. So team, can we add pin to Jhansi? Let me also try. Yes. Yeah, Jhansi, you can unmute and also start your camera if you want to.
Hi, Amshi. Actually, it is very good opportunity.
Yes.
The drama which gone entire the two sides conversation I had every time with my boss. The exactly 100% the conversation what happened, the same words, same things I faced. They tell always while giving the appraisal feedback only they tell. They won't tell they won't what their expectation the starting of the year they won't tell only the during appraisal time only they tell. So every year the same story happened to me, and this is I feel very right moment and right opportunity to hear this. And recently I joined in the new organization, so it is I feel very right time how I can move forward at least in this organization from starting days itself, how I can get their expectations. This is I'm talking question to you. It's a very important session. I can feel this.
So what are your plans? Like, are you planning for a weekly meeting? Are you planning something like a star methodology or maintaining a catalog or log of your work every day? What is the strategy that you are planning to do? Because you already have gone through the sessions relationship with boss.
Yes. Yeah. So far, openly to say, still I didn't started to follow these things. Right now, we are in the position to give and getting the information from them, like about the functionality, knowledge, KTs, all those things only. Just deliverables started recently, so again I wanted get the refresh on these things. How I if the way how I approach now, how it will be useful to me for the smoother side.
Okay, great. Which side are you? Are you with the character Meera or are you with Mr. Iyer, the manager?
Even right now also Meera only. In this.
Okay, great, great. Yes, thank you.
Vamsi, can I add something to her question?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah. So, Jansi, as you said, every now and then, every year, you are facing the same situation as Meera is right now. So,
Yeah.
one suggestion that I would recommend is right now you have joined a new organization.
Yes.
Don't let them go. Make sure that you get the expectations clear month wise and your 6 months goal and a 1 year goal. And
Okay.
if possible, record it. Record in
Okay.
some way or the other, written somehow, or mail from their end. Okay,
Okay.
clear, defined expectations, every bit of it, and cross check with them. If you meet this, will they acknowledge it right at the end?
Okay.
And after getting those expectations listed out, however long, however big it is, I would recommend you to have an Excel sheet. Excel sheet, title it as productivity tracker, whatever you want. And every day, every single thing that you are doing, be it small, be it big, track it with
Okay.
the date. And
Okay.
keep updating, keep sending report either weekly or monthly to your reporting manager so that
Okay.
you they should know that you are following, you are focused, and at the end of the year when there is appraisal, you will hold your throat, you will hold their throat. So in
Okay.
this way, if we keep them accountable, they
Okay.
will not take us lightly. So it
Mm.
is, we have to take certain initiative if it is not happening at the other end. So
Yeah.
hope I could answer your question.
Yes, yes, it's truly. But initially, I need to set call with my manager and need to get their expectation from me, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I need to track that whether I'm following those expectations, where I am, and what time, how I improved my skills towards their expectations.
Yes. So either you can do a recording, voice recording of the
Yes.
conversation or a video recording of the conversation, or write
Right.
moments of the meeting and mail it back to your manager to confirm and check whether you are clear and both are on the same page, so that they'll
Okay.
not come and tell you at the end of the year, like, no, this is not what I said. That
Mm.
shouldn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Nisha, you are echoing with Anand also. Do you have any point that you want to share with the community? Nisha, if you are there, yeah, I see that you are here. Would you like to share your input here? So I highly encourage people to share their thoughts because this is a safe environment. No, nobody will get judged.
I resonate with I just one. I resonate with the post here.
Okay. So let me see if
Yeah.
I can find you and pin you. Team, can we
Yeah.
pin? Yeah, Vishal. So just a moment. So we see uh, Nisha. So team, can we pin Nisha if you can find?
She is pinned right now. She has
Yeah,
to
yeah.
unmute.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
she has to add. We
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
add pin. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, Nisha.
Yeah, I resonate with Meera, what she said.
And why is it?
So, in like we have to maintain a log on the meetings or the performance that we're doing and the meetings that we're having with the uh, manager. I'm actually in IT, so this thing doesn't. We are very transparent in terms of our uh, judgments, and we don't have any issues of appraisal. It's purely based on performance. So I have never faced any issue as such. But yeah, I resonate with Nida what she said just. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. So So let us pin Vishal Himane. So if you can, yeah, I see him. Yes, Vishal, welcome.
Yeah, so I'm audible. Just want to confirm.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just start with a scenario. Like since last 2 years, I'm performing above expectations. Rating are pretty much at higher end. Okay, if I rank myself from 1 to 5, uh, 1 is a kind of a topmost rank, a very good rank, I will say. So definitely, 3 is meeting expectations. Consider it that way. So I used to lie between 1 and 3. That is, I usually at par, above expectations. That consider it as a rating as a 2. Okay. So yeah, since last 2 years, I'm giving whatever they have asked, and even in a discussion on a rating, I used to get a 2 at higher end. But still, when it comes to my hike, yeah, I haven't got it properly, not more than 6%. And yeah, compared to market, like definitely since last 2 years, that is a thought process or a mindset that I'm going through. Like a company is not paying me well, even though after appraisals or a hike, like I raised this concern twice. But yeah, like I used to get same answers, like company can provide you that much only. And if I check my billable hours, the SOW with the client that are paying me are pretty much more than that. Like the payment, the hike or the package or salary which I'm getting is almost below 30%, which I am contributing to company. So that's the thing. Like I don't know. So probably like I am going into mindset. Like definitely, uh, there is a option to switch a company. Yeah, but like prior to that, uh, my mindset is like if they are not paying me well, like why should I contribute more than 100%? So that is one of the mindset I'm going through. So just once thought on this, or if possible solutions apart from switching job. Yeah, definitely. Switching a job is ideal solution here. But like just to understand like which are the other ways to treat or think uh, on this situation.
Okay. So how many of you resonate with Vishal? And because one of the common things or the most easy thing that people think when they feel that they are not being compensated enough is to switch company. How many of you agree to this? You can do with a show of your hand, virtual hand or something. Like, I'm not getting compensated. The obvious thing is, let me switch the company. Okay, perfect. And why is that the option? Anyone would like to answer it? Like, why is that the only option? Is it lack of trust on the manager that if I approach in a genuine way that it will be taken to the level? Yeah, Mohinder, please. Why leaving organization always becomes the de facto option?
Actually, I want to share one interesting thing behind this mindset. When we prepare a complete report, which we share our updates, whatever the projects we hold, what challenges we faced, and that's a weekly.
Maybe you may want to switch off your video and speak.
Every time share with our manager instead of taking the cognizance for us. He always now is it okay?
Yeah, better.
Okay, thank you. At that time, when manager tried to skip the discussion with his boss, at that time you start losing the trust upon your manager also, because sometimes manager has to take the call for yourself also, because in the early career you are depend on your manager only, because you are not directly report to the director or president of the organization. At that time, you are depend upon your manager. And whenever you give the positive your work completion, and whatever the extra work you done, what achievements you have bring for the organization, make the profits for the organization, you keep all record and share with your manager. But instead of taking the cognizance for you and taking stand for you, he excuses like company अभी loss में चल रही है, देखो मेरे को भी 2% ही मिला. At that time person start thinking that कि यहाँ पे लोचा है, हमें कहीं कुछ देखना पड़ेगा अब तो. And regarding my story, my in my 14 years of the career, in my Reliance career, I get 8 transfers. And before leaving that organization, I write my mail to my L1, even my HR also, giving all feedbacks कि थोड़ा मेरा साथ ऐसा ऐसा है. But instead of taking the care for these things, they ignore all the things. जब मैंने रिजाइन डाला, उसके बाद इमीडिएटली कॉल आता है, मोहिंदर यार तुमने रिजाइन डाल दिया, तुमने तो हमें मौका भी नहीं दिया. फ्रॉम 1 year इफ आई एम कंटिन्यूसली अप्रोचिंग यू, गिविंग यू ऑल द फीडबैक्स, और जब भी आपको कहीं पे प्रॉब्लम आती थी, आप इमीडिएटली कहते हैं मोहिंदर को वहां पे भेज दो, ही कैन हैंडल द थिंग्स. बहुत सारी सिचुएशन हमने ऐसे ऐसे हैंडल की है कि विच इज बियॉन्ड द इमेजिनेशन ऑफ द पर्सन. तो उन्होंने कहा नहीं ऐसा नहीं था, हम तेरे बारे में सोच रहे थे.
Yeah, Mohinder, I think again we are.
But प्रमोशन भी देते हैं.
I think we are losing Bhupin. So Bhupinder Singh wants to add something. Yeah, Bhupinder, I see your message. मोहिंदर आपका आवाज बहुत ब्रेक हो रहा है. Yeah, Bhupinder, you wanted to say something. Are you there? Bhupinder Singh?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Hi, Vamsi.
Yeah, hi.
First of all, thank you for giving this opportunity to say something. So, so basically, I have also resonated with the same thing. Means switching organization is the best thing. Best place, because see, I don't want to indulge in the some politics, right? And buttering means to say something about myself, my achievements. Everyone knows. My manager also knows about it, right? And the politics. So, if my actually perception is like, means if you think like, means everyone is everyone is dull and only you are the brightest one. So this is only just a perception, maybe wrong or good. So better to switch your ocean, right? So means because you cannot change the environment, you cannot change the budget, you cannot change the profile, company, projects, everything. Might be might be someone is very good in at their work and the project is not very much profitable. So even project manager and someone or VP cannot do anything, right? They had to survive. I have seen in the managed services basically, right? They do have some constraints, and every time of the renewal, client even ask what value add you have provided, what automation you have done, what cost you have reduced. So they need to provide in millions of dollars, right? This much we have done, and now our costing will be less. So please provide me, or just give me contract for next 5 years. So my perception is only to just look out of the your organization, upskill yourself, grab the better skill set which matches with your skills or means you can do, and just switch. That's it.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for adding this value here. So this is something that I learned from one of the career coaches. What she always says is, go beyond feedback. And beyond feedback lies something called as growth. And when we think about growth, she made this statement in that webinar that you put yourself at the center, which means when people are saying that I'm not getting hike and all those things, you should always concentrate about your hike. However, that hike also should be very much relevant to what is the value that you are contributing, which is again understanding at the very beginning of an year or whatever the cycle that you go through, the expectations from the management about you. As was already told, if they are written, captured somewhere, and you are aligned with that, and you see growth in that, you have a bigger opportunity in terms of talking in the appraisal meeting. Many a times, she also said, and I read multiple number of times, that people looking at our feedback, because we are supposed to fill our appraisal report, looking at that, a glance of that, they feel that there isn't anything much to discuss. Yes, there are many other reasons also. I'm not underlying this. There are many other reasons where they say that, okay, we are not having time. We have so many things. Many people also do it as formality, and I am victim of people doing it as a formality. However, it is our growth, because we are at the center of our universe, that we push the other person to come for meeting and show all the details and fight for what we are really worthy of. On that note,
Right.
if anyone has any other thing, I am more than happy to spotlight you, add pin. Yes.
I just would like to add one more point. Let's just say if we are right now in a position A and your higher position is position B, when you are at position A, work for position B, like aim towards that, take up extra work, additional work, so that you can meet beyond your expectations. Most of you would have been doing it, but also record it. Every single thing that you are doing, record it. And when you are in a position, always intention, active action, and your aim should be for that higher post. When you get that opportunity in your current position, in your current office, you can aim for it, or you can switch job, whichever is feasible. But this would be my recommendation from my end. Thank you so much, Vamsi, for this.
So on that note, I wish you all a happy weekend, and the session again resumes from Monday. Anything that you want to add, Yogeshwari? Good. So we are good to go. Happy weekend. Have a safe